All right. Good morning. Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate coming to you with today's video. We're going to get down into the details and answer. A client of mine is looking at purchasing a beachfront property north of Secret Beach. Just yesterday, I learned about two beachfront properties north of Secret Beach that have just hit the market, and they're two side-by-side lots. Both of them are priced at $197 US. Both are held in Anguillan IBCs. I'll talk about that a little bit later. That's extremely beneficial. But a client of mine who is looking at putting in an offer sent me an email with just a boatload of questions. And I thought, you know what, rather than typing all these out or responding specifically to him, why not just make a video out of it? I'm sure other clients of mine looking at beachfront properties on Ambergris Caye would have the same type of questions. So let's just go ahead and get right down into the weeds. So first of all, let me do a little bit of a share screen here and hopefully share my Google Earth overlay map so I can show you exactly where these are. So if you're seeing my screen, let's zoom out a bit to get the whole island in there. All right, so that is the length and width of Ambergris Caye. Now let's go over to the Secret Beach area. So the Secret Beach area is on the west side of Ambergris Caye, is accessible by road. So I will zoom right into the core, you might say. So this is Secret Beach. This is where all the, not all of them, but a lot of the main bars and restaurants are. Secret Beach Bar and Grill, Pirates, Marubas, just all sorts of new things popping up around here. And then as we start going north, we go north right to this area right here. You see I have a little pin on parcel number 8642 that has sold. But let me show you the ones that have recently become available. So they are parcels numbers 8643 and 8644. Now, just to give you a reference, we'll see how far these are from Secret Beach. Okay, a little bit more. All right, so let's put a marker there. Oh, come on now. There we go. So 8644, get out the old measuring ruler. And from this lot down to Secret Beach Bar and Grill, it's 0.62 miles. All right, so 0.62 miles going north. Now, that's the location. What about the size? Well, let's try to pull up a plot map here so I can show you the size of the lots. The size of the lots, these are also known as parcel or lot numbers 334 and 335. And so if I can pull up a map here, let me try to do another share screen. Okay, do you see that? So number 334 and number 335, they're basically the same size. And I think they measure, 107 feet deep by 62.5 feet of beachfront. And they have, this one has 803 square meters. This is 825 square meters, but basically for all intents and purposes, the same size. All right, so you have the size, you have a location. Now let's get into some of the questions. So first of all, I want to address the question of seawall or no seawall and how much you need to fill the property to make it build ready. So this is a good question regarding seawall or no seawall. And let me answer this question, first of all, by showing you a video of a couple lots that have been filled in this area and that do have a seawall. And we'll see the differences between the two lots that are for sale now and those two and see what I would recommend. Right, so let me do a screen share here and go to a YouTube video. All right, so hopefully you can see this YouTube video on your screen. I'll play this. Now this video is for parcel number 8642. I will pause it and show you exactly where this lot is and also where numbers 334 and 335 are located. Okay, so right now the sun is blurring out a little bit, but you see the seawall here on the right-hand side of your screen. I'll focus on that in a bit. But where the boat is located, that's parcel number 8642. So that's about a 62-foot wide lot. So that spans this area here. That lot has sold, but then you have these two lots here, 334 and 335. And you see these jut out into the bay quite a bit more than these other lots, and it has all this really nice bedrock right at the surface that prevents beach erosion. Let's continue to take a look at them. All right, so this is a very good view. So this is a view looking from north to south. You see the boat there. Again, that lot is sold, but it's this lot here with all this really nice sand and bedrock. And then as soon as the bedrock ends, you have these beautiful swimming waters, just absolutely crystal clear. You can see that there's no seagrass that washes up here. There's no sargassum grass, and there's no trash, right? So this video was just shot probably about 4 months ago now. This beach has not been cleaned or raked. This is just in its raw native state, been like this for years, and you can see how pristine this part of the island is. Also, just a question, people say, what's up with this bedrock at the surface? This bedrock at the surface is preferable. It's what you want, because if you have any sort of storm that comes, your beach is never in danger of being washed away, right? So you have this natural seawall, if you will, that protects your property. I'm just playing a little bit more of the video for you. Okay, so in this shot, again, the boat is on 8642. 8643 is just to the north. So it's up in this area here. You see how nice and beautiful the lot is. It's even got quite a few trees on it, which of course would have to be leveled and taken down anyway when you go to build. But you can see the trees and this type of foliage grows on good solid ground. And those are your amazing views from this property, looking out over across to Ambergris Bay. Here's another fantastic shot. So again, you can see this lot here, which is sold. These are the lots that are available right here. Beautiful lots. Now, so the question is, do I have to put a seawall like this guy did and fill my lots? No, you don't. There's been lots of people that chose not to put a seawall in, but rather just to have this natural, beautiful beach. But what you can do, like these guys did, is you could have sand pumped in, and you could like completely top off your property with big, beautiful palm trees and sand, and you can really make it look nice. Let me see if there's any more in the video we're seeing. It's a perfect shot right here. So these are the two lots right here, side-by-side lots, just gorgeous lots. All right, so hopefully that gives you an idea of where they're located. Now, just a little bit more about the question is, why would I choose to put a seawall? Or why would I leave a lot in its raw native state? Let me show you another little video that might be helpful as we answer this question. So let's go to a different screen of mine. And there we go. So let me just start at the beginning. Hopefully you're all seeing this video. Let me just press play. So this is a drone video that I just had my guy shoot about 3 weeks ago. I was looking for updates regarding the Secret Beach area, both north and south, just to show my clients what's happening in this area. This was all shot during the shutdown, of course, so it's completely empty, but usually these places are packed full of tourists. So this is just south of Secret Beach. This is a new bar and restaurant that just opened up. All right, so I'm just going to pause it right here. So you see some properties have seawalls, some don't. This entire area of Secret Beach does not have seawalls, and they have a combination of sand going down to the water, and they have some areas where you see this bedrock at the surface, but none of the properties at Secret Beach have chose to go seawalls. They filled their land, and they just built their businesses and homes and restaurants and beach bars and everything just basically at ground level without elevating it that much. All right, let me just pause it here and go to something that's going to be more applicable. This is just a lot of the shots of Secret Beach. What I want to show you is, oh, this is pretty good to show, the beautiful waters. So the entire Ambergris Bay looks like this, just gorgeous, crystal clear waters all up and down this coast. All right, if we just go forward a little bit more, I want to show you the new resort, boutique resort that just opened called, what's it called? Casanova Cabanas. Casanova Cabanas. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, right here. Perfect. Okay, so this is Casanova Cabanas. They also chose not to put a seawall in. So they had their lot filled with sand. And then to take advantage of some breezes and some better views, they elevated the entire property. So they put it on these wood pilings going right down to bedrock. And so you see they have their private master home, private residence in the back, and they built these 2 rental units up front. You can see it's completely off grid. They went with solar. And so then again, this is another great example of a property that did not go with a seawall, but instead just chose to put some sand on the property and get it build ready. And then they elevated it to take advantage of some great views and some better breezes. And I highly recommend you stay there when you come down. They only have 2 units. They might be booked, but great people. Clients of mine built that. They did a fantastic job. Go show them some love. Tell them Dennis K sent you. They'll take good care of you. All right. So now, if we just go north a little bit, I want to show you that, let's see, right there. Okay. So in this shot, you can see this road coming up, right? So this little white line. And in this video, the road had ended here at this beachfront lot. But the road is set to continue. They already had it marked off. The equipment's already up there. It's being built. So lots number 334 and 335, which are for sale, do have road access. And let me just go to the southern tip of this peninsula, just to show you a couple of nice other homes that have been built north of here. And they have gone with seawalls. You see again, totally off grid, elevated, just a beautiful home. All right, so we'll just stop it for there. So the question is, do you have to put a seawall, and when would you want to? Well, let me just go back to this map for a minute. There's a really good map I want to show you. It is right here. And so we're looking at these lots 334 and 335. And if we look, we see that there is a 33 feet allowance for a beach reserve. You can see that right there, right? 33 feet reserve. So what that means is that the property owner could, starting at his property pegs, go out an additional 33 feet. And if there isn't land there already, in other words, let's say the water comes within 10 feet of his property line, he can actually go out 33 feet into the water and create a retaining wall, some sort of seawall retaining wall, and have that filled in. He can't build on that property because that's considered public beach reserve, but he can reclaim that land if it's not there already. Now, in this case, for 334 and 335, it already has solid ground all the way out. So that owner, whoever purchases those lots, can benefit. They don't have to fill any of that. It's already there. There are some other lots that would benefit from a seawall. For example, if we go up here, north of the cut, there's some of these lots up here. For example, number 434, that lot, the water actually came right up into the lot. And so the property pegs were actually in the water. And so on that property, what the owners did is they had a retaining wall built on 3 sides, had it filled with sand. They sort of reclaimed their property, and now they can build on that property. All right, so that goes for a seawall or no seawall. So for this particular buyer, so for you, I would say no seawall, no retaining wall, keep the property gorgeous as it is, but simply have the builder come in and then put several, not truckloads, but puts a topping of sand on it, right, to smooth it out, get it elevated just a little bit, and I'm going to be sending you some more information on that. All right, so let me just go through some of your other questions. Let's see. So if this person were to purchase the land and put it up for sale, what would be the, how would he do that? For example, he says life happens, right? So he bought the property, he plans on building on it, life happens, he needs to sell. What now? Easy. You just sell it. You list it with me. I'm in shortage of beachfront properties. I need property to sell. As you know, these just came up yesterday. These are the only 2 properties on that entire stretch of beachfront that I have to offer my clients. And once these 2 are sold, I think it's going to be a long time before I get anything else. So as far as, recouping any monies you have into it, let's say right now they're going for 197. So 197, you're not paying stamp tax because they're held in Anguilla and IBCs. So you just have your closing costs to worry about. So let's say 197 plus 2%. So you have 200,940 into the property. All right. Now, will you be able to get your money back? Well, let me give you an example. Just 60 days ago, I sold a lot just north of Secret Beach, about 2 blocks north, and it went for 250,000 US. And it was actually smaller than this lot. And I had another client come to me yesterday, also with a lot at Secret Beach. And he said, what do you think the price is? I said, you could probably get 250 for it. He says, no, because I'm going to hang on to it because prices are going to be going up. And I completely agree with him. So let's say you have 200,000 into it, and your break-even point, if you were to sell with GST and real estate commissions, is about 221,000. So the question you need to ask yourself is, if I bought this lot today for 197, could I sell it if something were to happen to me in the next year or so for 221? Absolutely. Have no problem doing that. Other lots in the area have sold for the same. What about insurance? If I were to build a 1,000 square foot home, and how much would insurance be? So insurance depends on if you're building from with wood or concrete, but you insure the house for how much insurance you want on the house itself, not how much the property's worth. So for example, some of my clients who build simple little Belizean hardwood homes, maybe about the same size, 900 square feet, 1,000 square feet, their all perils insurance is around 16 to 1,800 US per year. Now, you might be building something a little more fancy. So say 2,000 to 2,500 a year all in for your insurance. And that covers against earthquakes, flooding, hurricanes, whatever it is. It covers everything. And good thing is your property taxes on this property itself right now are 150 US a year. With a home, you're probably looking at 250, 300 bucks a year for property taxes. So very, very low. Let's see. So what about the setbacks or restrictions of what you can build? Okay, so on a lot like this, is as true as most properties, you have to look at the setbacks. So you're allowed 5 feet from the side property lines, 10 feet from the front and back, and you have a 3-story height limit in these areas. That's about your only limitations on that. Yeah, fill is not a huge cost on something like this. It depends on how much fill you want. But again, since you're not, I don't recommend you do a seawall or elevate it several feet. Just top it off with sand. Regarding estimates on that, you got to look at the exact size of the lot. But I've seen lots filled for anywhere between 12 to 15,000 up to 20,000. Really just depends on what you want to do with the property. Some people get away with a lot less. Some people like a lot more. Just depends on what you want to do. Your beach is swimmable. I mean, just as soon as you walk off that bedrock right into it. And plus, you got to remember, all beaches are open to the public. So just because let's say your exact lot, let's say your lot has a seawall on it. And so when the kiddies come to visit, grandkids come to visit, they have to go from the seawall now down into the water. Well, you could build a little ladder or something, but just go to your neighbor's property where there is no seawall and have them get in the water. All beaches are public. All beaches open to the public. So if you don't like the entry into the water and in your property, just move 50 feet over and go right into the water. But that's not a problem. Also, what you can do, I don't highly recommend this, but what you can do is sometimes your builder can, out of the 60 feet, let's say you have all surface limestone, he can go in and sort of take out some of it, like maybe 10 to 15 width of bedrock. You can actually chisel some of that out, bust that up, bring in sand, and almost create like a little cove, a little beach cove. I've seen people do that, and that's kind of cool as well. Well, you said assuming no road access, how much to build a pier? Actually, there is road access. But if you did purchase a property that did not have road access yet, for example, one of those north of the cut, your pier cost depends on the length of the pier, how far you need to get out into the bay, and the permit cost. So I've seen permits or piers go from anywhere between, say, 14,000 and 20,000. Just depends on how large you want the pier. There is no tides to consider on Embers Key. Very, very little tidal action. No erosion. I mean, what you just saw, the videos I just showed you, those properties have been like that for, I don't know, a couple thousand years. So especially if you have bedrock at the surface. If you don't, then you do got to be concerned once in a while with some sand erosion, but you add that back and you're good for another 5 or 10 years. Building cost. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because it really depends on what you want. What I recommend is that you look at the full spectrum. So for example, if you go with something simple and you don't overdevelop, go with one of those homes from Premier Homes. In fact, I don't know if I want to, I'll show it right now. Let me just try to go here. I just go to the Premier Home website, because there are some cool things here that I want to show my audience. And I'm sorry if this is taking a long time, but I figured this is good information for all of you. So this is the website for Premier Homes. Now this is a company on the mainland that builds homes and then ships them out anywhere in the country, and sometimes even to the island. So they have custom homes. They have homes that you can just like buy off plan, and really, really nice. They fit in well with Belize, right? They're true Belizean homes. Now, when we look at the prices, you got to remember these prices are in Belize dollars, and sometimes the prices are just for the shell, when windows and doors included, and sometimes they're for the complete work. But you see these Belize prices. Let's go with a larger one. Let's say a 20 by 40. So that's an 800 square foot home, and your total house cost on that is 32,000 Belize, which is 16,000 US. So for an additional cost, it says we can do all the interiors, interior walls and bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. What I tell people is just probably double the price. So if you're looking at maybe, let's say 32,000 US for a 20 by 40, but that's not your only cost. You have other costs included, or additional. For example, you have to get the pilings done. So you have a builder on the island put down your pilings so that when they deliver this home, they can set it up. Also, you need to add in your solar, add in your water, and things like that. So I would say on this home here, the 20 by 40, if you could say 35 US total for the house, and then you would add a solar package, some water and whatnot, some landscaping, I would say probably 70,000 US to have this home completely set up on your own property. You were asking about solar. So on a house like this, any of these homes here, and I'll just sort of go through this little slideshow. Any of these houses here, you're going to have very minimal energy use, right? So you're going to build them to be very low energy use homes. Other homes, for example, some of the larger ones you see at Secret Beach, Keith's house, that nice 2-story one Airbnb. Let me just pull that up real quick, if you don't mind. Airbnb. You're probably still seeing my screen. You're going to be able to see where I've been searching for my next vacation, aren't you? Embers Key, Belize. Check-in dates. And this is going to be interesting to see. Let's just go with October search. I want to show you this to show you what's available for Airbnbs around Secret Beach. Okay, zooming in now. Okay. All right, so this, I'm showing you this because you talked about solar energy usage and whatnot. So for example, Secret Beach, the Green Cabana, All of these are completely off-grid, so they use solar for power. A lot lower energy use. You can see what a nice little place this is. I highly recommend you stay here next time you come down to San Pedro and we're gonna ski. But just look at that. That's beautiful. It doesn't cost much to build either, guys. That's a pretty pretty economical construction. Inside, it's got the nice ceiling fan. Beautiful, very tropical looking. All right. So again, this is totally off grid, guys. All right, totally off grid. It's got water, enough power. Shower there. Look at those views. Woo! Love those views. All right. So you'd have these same views if you built something on that property up north. All right. So let's go back because I want to show you another house that is more of a high energy use home. And that's this one here. Again, this is completely off grid, but you see this has got a completely different solar package to it. So when we go through some of these pictures, beautiful house. Again, just to point out, no seawall on this property. All right, just going right down to the water. Similar lot that you're looking at. You see it's got the bedrock right here at the surface. Got a nice pool. Highly recommend you stay here. Look at that. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, so you see the kitchen, full-size appliances. Got AC units throughout. Now they've got a hefty solar package with this house, right? So obviously you're running all these ACs. He said that on a 90-degree day, the house will stay at 72, 73, completely off grid, just using the solar battery banks that they have. But he paid quite a bit. So I'm not sure the total cost, but I think a house like this, so the total all-in house build with the pool, with the solar, with the backup generator, with the furniture and everything, a house like this is going to cost around $450, $460 plus the cost of the land. Okay, but this is a major investment, obviously. Beautiful job though. So if you got this kind of money, you know, talk about $450, $460. This is 1,900 square feet. So this is massive. So you need a massive solar system to power this house. But again, if you go with something simpler, like let's see if we can find Casanova Cabanas on here to see what their solar package looks like. Maybe they don't have any availability those dates. I don't see. Oh, there we go. Casanova Cabanas. All right. Casanova Cabanas. These guys are also totally off grid. All right. Totally off grid. Like the way they elevated it. Just beautiful. All right. Again, AC units. You see they got AC units. All the guest suites. Just did a great job. I highly recommend you stay with these guys too, man. Look at that. Just beautiful. Beautiful property. Gorgeous. Let's see this one. See if this pops up. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's just gorgeous. All right. So this shows what you can do. You don't have to go high energy use. Go with low energy use home. Keep the solar reasonable. Cost of construction. So I give you some estimates now. It varies, right? Wood construction, let's say stick-built wood construction, anywhere between 85 and 95 per square foot. Concrete construction starting at 155, just depending on your finishes. Next question, type of septic systems. Okay, so all of these have an engineered self-contained septic system that's required by the San Pedro Town Council. Your builder will be able to help design whatever size you need for the size house, because obviously in some of these homes, they're getting more usage. There are more bedrooms for people living there, need a little bit bigger system. Simpler homes need simpler systems. All right. Regarding getting materials to the site, yeah, most of these materials will come directly from Belize City by barge. So all the building materials, they'll barge them over to one of the areas and then truck them up to the property, or they might just barge them right up to the property if it's accessible. A couple other questions. Are ATVs being used in the island? Nope, we don't have ATVs. We use golf carts. So you're not going to have those issues of, you know, ATV tours all around. You're not going to have that noise. What other questions would you have here that would be good for my audience? My hope would be to move to the island, to begin construction. How much would a very modest apartment cost? Would AC be available for overnight? Yeah, absolutely. So apartments, go to Belize Management. I showed that in the video yesterday. You can get apartments. You can get one-bedroom apartments for $850, $875 a night in gorgeous areas. $1,200, $1,250 a night for a nice two-bedroom. That's not a problem. And then the last question cracks me up because he knows I like wine. He says, even the cheapest wine expensive? Well, what I drink when I'm on Ambergris Caye is I drink Chilean wines. So they're not bad, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of wine myself. I have a glass or two every night for the health reasons, for the health benefits. But yeah, you know what? You can do the Chilean wines. You're not going to have a problem there. That's going to be it's not going to be put a big dent in your budget. All right. So let me see. I just want to make sure I answered all of your questions. Talked about resales, talked about insurance, talked about cost to build, talked about seawalls or no seawalls, fences. Oh yeah, you can fence in the property if you want. So you can, completely fence in the property. That's not a problem. You can do that. Yeah, I think we're done, man. Oh yeah, so one more thing, rainwater cistern. Okay, so all the properties on the north-hand side use rainwater cisterns. So you see those black containment tanks in the back of a lot of those properties. They catch the water off the roof, put it through there, put it through a filtration system. That's the way to go. On other houses, like the big two-story White House, the catchment system will actually be built into the foundation. So they have a big, large concrete rainwater catchment system. Run it through a filter and you're fine. All right, very good. Well, hope this helps answer your questions. And again, the two properties are available as of right now. And right now, I mean 9 o'clock a.m. Time in France, so 3 o'clock a.m. Friday morning Eastern Standard Time. But I'm hoping that one of the properties will be spoken for here by the end of the day today. And who knows, maybe someone seeing this video wants the other one. If you do, shoot me an email, denniskii@gmail.com. And we'll see if we can get you into the other one. All right, take care, guys. Hope you're doing well. Have a great Friday, and we'll talk to you soon.